Hey, I missed last month's upload, and I almost missed this month's upload. What I was planning for this month was actually something completely different, but I decided against it since it was probably, first of all, bad role model of me. Second of all, it was probably kind of boring content regardless. So, instead, I will it we will today's or not today. This month's episode will be a uh Felix talks about his middle school days and how he was probably maybe not the dumbest kid around, but like I guess one of the most shameless kids around. That or probably the most arrogant. I don't know. But this is a story of how I walked into the girls' bathroom to go and to help my friend out with a favor. Okay? So, context. Uh back in like middle school, like year 7 or 8. I think it was actually grade 8, yeah. We were we had this after school program where basically every Friday after school direct we would uh, have the band get together to do rehearsals, and they would last from when the school ended at 3:05 to around 4:30 ish. And this band comprised of most of the Asian kids in the grade, to be honest. I mean, you did have a few exceptions who were not like of the majority, as in Asian kids. But yeah, no, the majority of them were Asian. I'm getting off topic. So what would normally happen is that you know playing instruments for roughly around an hour and 15 minutes, because you usually had to spend 10 minutes to get to set up the instruments and everything. Even still, playing instruments for like an hour and 15 minutes, especially as a 14-year-old or younger, would probably be kind of tiring, especially to people who did music as sort of like a secondary priority. You didn't really train yourself to have like playing stamina, as in like play for like long periods of time. So usually in between, or not in between, halfway, hey, through towards the end of the halfway at around the halfway point between when it starts and ends, and the music teacher would allow us to have a sort of break where we could like either eat a snack, making sure to properly cleanse our mouths so that little chunks of food didn't get into our instruments, and also just to do whatever, like relax a little bit so that your lips can so that well, I mean, your lips and lungs can like heal before you go back to playing. So what ended up happening was that my friend, and let's call him Nathan. Now, Nathan wasn't really now Nathan's relations with the ladies was he wasn't popular, but he certainly grabbed their attention. You see, always um they would always tease and prank each other, and it was like incred and they would do this incredibly frequently. And that day was no exception. So what they ended up doing was they took Nathan's water bottle, and then they just placed it in the girls' bathroom. Now, Nathan was a child who didn't well, I mean, child? Nathan was a teen who didn't really want to be socially exiled. He probably was considering just going in there and grabbing it himself, but he kind of was worried about his own school image, so he was kind of having second thoughts of going in there and grabbing it himself. So what ended up happening is that I, being one of his friends, when it's like, okay, fine, Nathan, I'll go in there and grab it. Now, here's the thing, right? Right? at the time, I thought it was okay, and even today, I still think it wasn't technically wrong of me to go in there because nobody was using that bathroom. The whole reason why the bathrooms exist is so that people have a private place to go pee in or poo. But the problem is that nobody was using the bathroom. So whose privacy am I violating if I am going into the deserted bathroom? It's like indecent exposure if nobody else exists on the planet. Nobody cares because there is nobody to care. So anyways, because there was nobody in there, my 14-year-old brain thought there's nobody else in there. I'm just gonna go in and grab it. So what I did is I told him I'm just gonna go in there and grab it for you. I'll be right back. I go in there. The girls, they weren't screaming, but they were certainly shocked at my sheer audacity to just walk into the opposite gender's bathroom room. You know, completely shameless, without second thought. You know, I go in there, grab his water bottle, which was standing upright on the floor, and then exit the bathroom, and then hand it back to him, and then go back to my usual business. I don't know. I probably got a drink of water or something like that, and yeah. From that, I mean, I wasn't really. I at the time didn't really consider the social consequences of my actions, but honestly, I don't think it would have affected. I don't think it affected me that much since, as a 14-year-old, I was an ass. You know, I was like a jerk. You would basically and probably a lot of people still think of this today, but most people would hang around me for less than 10 minutes and go, "Nope, I can't. This man is insufferable," and then just stop it and just avoid me like the plague. To be honest, this was the majority of the time. This was women, so yeah, it probably goes to show why why even to this day, as a 17-year-old, I still do not have a girlfriend. But yeah, no. Oh, so the girls were probably like they figured, "Oh, gross," but that's not out of character for him to do that. So yeah, and my friend managed to get his water bottle back. Although then again, I don't think it would have mattered since eventually, after enough time passed, it's likely that either the girls would return it to him, or he would just go in there and grab it himself, or he would just pay someone money to go pay another unrelated girl to go in there and grab his water bottle for him, or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, no, that was the story of how I went into the girls' bathroom to go pick up my friend's water bottle. I still don't regret that decision to this day. Sure, it might seem a bit creepy, but it's not creepy because nobody else was in there. This was after school on a Friday. Nobody's going to be staying after school on a Friday unless they are a part of that band class. And I knew for a fact that nobody else was using that bathroom, because everybody else was accounted for. Because this was during my last year of that school, when the band was at its smallest before I had left. So yeah, no. I don't feel any shame for that. And if you think it's disgusting, then you honestly need to reevaluate why you need to reevaluate something. Your morals. Yeah, you need to reevaluate your morals because going into a deserted bathroom that's nobody else is using should be completely fine, honestly. All right, well, that's the end of that. Maybe I'll tell you more stories of when I was a dumbass middle schooler. But like and subscribe, I guess. I don't care. You guys can go about your day. You guys are probably old enough to make your own informed decisions. But it'd be nice if you subscribed.